Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about fluorescent lamps, a type of light that has been used for decades in office buildings, schools, and many other commercial spaces. If you're studying the electrical work or just getting started in the field, understanding how fluorescent lamps work and how to identify them is a must-know skill. This knowledge will help you diagnose problems, choose the right replacements, and install lighting systems correctly. So let's get started. Fluorescent lighting has been around since 1939, when it was first introduced at the World's Fair. It quickly became a popular choice for indoor lighting because it's much more energy efficient than older traditional light bulbs, like the incandescent lamps. Knowing how fluorescent lamps work and how to read their labels is important because these lamps come in many shapes, sizes, and configurations. If you understand the basics, you can figure out which lamp to use, how to install it, and how to service it or replace it safely. Let's break it down. Inside a fluorescent lamp is a glass tube filled with mercury vapor. On the inside of the glass is a special white coating called phosphor. At both ends of the lamp are electrodes. A ballast provides the starting voltage and controls the current. When electricity flows through the lamp, an arc forms between the electrodes. This arc excites the mercury vapor, which gives off ultraviolet light. The phosphor coating absorbs the UV light and turns it into visible light, what you see as the glow of the lamp. The cool part, there's no filament inside like an old-fashioned bulb. That's one reason fluorescent lamps use less energy and last much longer. Now let's talk about how fluorescent lamps are connected to power. All lamps need a way to connect to power. Incandescent bulbs screw in, but most fluorescent lamps don't. Instead, they use single pins, one pin at each end, bipins, two pins at each end, which is the most common, or recessed double contact bases used in high output lamps. You'll see bipin lamps most in offices, schools, and other commercial buildings. Now let's look how to categorize fluorescent lamps, because there's a lot of variations. First is by size. There are two main categories: large-sized fluorescent lamps, the long tube style lights, and the compact fluorescent lamps, or CFLs. These are smaller and often replace the traditional bulbs. 2 is a compact fluorescent lamp types. CFLs come in two types. Plug-in CFLs, they have 2 or 4 pins and require a separate ballast, or self-ballasted CFLs. These screw in like regular bulbs and have a ballast built in inside. 2-pin CFLs use magnetic ballast and can't be dimmed. 4-pin CFLs use electronic ballast and can be dimmed if the ballast supports it. 3 is by diameter. What do T5, T8, and T12 mean? The T8 means tubular, and the number tells you the lamp's diameter in 1/8 of an inch. So T12 equals 12 divided by 8, which is 1.5 inches. T8 is 8 divided by 8, which is 1 inch, and T5 is 5 divided by 8 is 0.625 inches. T12 is the older, traditional size. T8 is a newer, more energy efficient. And T5 is the most recent and is gaining popularity, especially in modern buildings. It is important to note that T5, T8, and T12s lamps are not interchangeable without changing the ballast. 4 is by shape. Most fluorescent lamps are linear, just long straight tubes. But they also come in U-shape, called U-bend lamps, or circular, called circline lamps. 5 is the starting method. There are 3 main types of starting methods. This is about how the lamp lights up. There's preheat, takes a few seconds to turn on, found mostly in CFLs, and they use bipin bases. There's instant start, lights up immediately, often uses single pin bases. There's are common in 8-foot slime line lamps. And there's also rapid start, lights up in about 1 second, uses bipin bases, works smoothly and quietly. However, some T8 lamps can be instant start or rapid start, and some rapid start T8s can also run on instant start ballasts. And 6, we have light output, HO and VHO. You might hear about HO, which is high output, or VHO is very high output. These lamps produce more light than standard ones. For example, a regular T5 might produce 3000 lumens. A T5HO can produce 5000 lumens. T5HO is high output and bipin base. T8HO is high light, recessed double contact base. T12HO and T12VHO also use recessed double contact bases. Now let's look at how we can read a fluorescent lamp label. Let's say you see this code on the lamp, F34T12/CW/RS/ES/ECO. Here's what it means. F means fluorescent, 34 means 34 watts, T12 means tube and 1.5 inches in diameter, CW means cool white in color, RS means rapid start, ES means energy efficient or energy saving, and finally ECO means environmentally safe for disposal, meets the EPA standards. But it's important to keep in mind that different brands use different label styles. For example, GE might use SPX 30, while Philips might use TL 830. Both of these mean the color temperature of 3000 K, a warm white light. Now let's look at a compact fluorescent lamp label. Let's say you see this code on the lamp, CFT 9W-G23-35. The CF in the code means compact fluorescent. The T means twin tube. 9W means 9 watts. G23 means bipin base. And the 35 refers to 35,000, which is the color temperature, a soft white light, or 3500. You might also see letters like E or EL, which means electronic ballast, and RS, which stands for rapid start. If you ever get confused reading lamp code labels, don't worry. Manufacturers publish lamp catalogs with all the specs you need. like how many lumens does the lamp produce, how long it will last, how much power does it use, what color is the light, and how accurate does it show colors, called CRI. If you learn how to read these catalogs, you'll know how to compare different lamps and choose the right one for any job. So here are the key takeaways from this lesson. Fluorescent lamps are more energy efficient than incandescent bulbs. There are many types based on size, shape, diameter, and how they start. Learn to read the lamp code to identify what you're working with. Not all lamps are interchangeable. You need to match the right ballast. CFLs are great for replacing regular bulbs in homes and offices. Fluorescent lighting is common in commercial settings, but slowly being replaced by LEDs in newer systems. Thanks for listening. Keep practicing, keep learning, and soon you'll be able to walk into any building, look up at the lights, and know exactly what type of fluorescent lamp you're dealing with, and what it takes to work with it safely and efficiently. Stay curious and stay safe.